Welcome everyone and welcome to All In, All United.
Remember the comment he made?
I got from bars to these.
Run Ryan.
Riot.
And everything, you have players out there.
I think the fellas will take it more serious.
No way. What grade?
That one I don't know.
Yes, because at the end of the day, right now, Manchester United are
All right, I'm a little back there. But good night and welcome to All In, All United.
Fix the overlay, Nico.
Right? We have Phil and we have Simeon. This is the best layout that we have. Yeah. I think this one better. I think this one might be the better one. Yeah. So good night again. Again, today we would have went up against Real Sociedad from the second leg of the Europa League. And we definitely dismantled them, and we definitely have some talking points to talk about. But I guess finally we had a night at Old Trafford for us to talk about. Finally. JP, good night. Yeah. So. Yeah. So we hoping that the comments are coming nice. And we already getting on the comments and respond to the comments as they come. But overall, I think today we had a real strong performance from almost all the players. And yeah. So JP, let we start it now. What's going on?
I good. This is a podcast I coming on here and I have nothing negative. I'm feeling light. It was an overall good performance.
For sure.
Everybody I think put in a shift today. It's our individuals who I know we'll get in more too.
Yeah.
Regarding their performances, but overall I was just pleased with everything. Good group performance. Everybody really come out and step up to them. It was good to see it in our home game because we've kind of been struggling at home too. So yeah, I good. I glad tonight.
Yeah, man. Yes. Simeon, I just clean up with this overlay a little bit here. Simeon.
No, I mean, JP, I mean, you can smile today. I see Amarim smiling on the sideline. I mean, you don't see that too often. I mean, you see, subs warming up, men getting out there, getting a run. Like, today was a good day. Days like today, you have to take it and really enjoy it because you don't know, with this team, you don't know. I think some of us were talking about, not me, I know some of us were talking about how the team was looking better, how they're moving the ball better. And I was kind of skeptical. I don't want to fall for it, but they watched them then today, after that first, the first few minutes of just kind of nonsense, they really string some good, football together. And it's nice to watch a team play good football. And even though it kind of laborious still to score goals. So today's a good day. We have to take it this day and really enjoy it,
Yeah, for sure. Phil?
Yeah. Good night. Today was a good day at the office, both for me and both for Manchester United. The only
You got a raise? You got a raise, a promotion? What you got on? What you got at the office today?
Raises happen once a year at the beginning of the year or the end of the year. But I mean, boy, I think I will admit I owe an apology to Joshua Xerxes, definitely.
Chef? All right.
Sure, son, let the man talk, bro. Shit, chef, my backside. You can wait, eh? You can let the man talk now. Oh, God. I'm communicating late. Quiet, but you're so done. I feel you and my brother related, you know, because nobody like to choke me like my brother, you know.
Yeah. Oh,
Let the
God.
man talk now. We'll talk after.
All right.
Yeah, Joshua Xerxes, I think, and if people want to disagree with me, fair enough. I think he's the most improved Man United player this season. I think so,
For real.
right?
No doubt.
Joshua Xerxes put in a performance. I don't think today was Joshua Xerxes' best performance, but Joshua Xerxes' performance today had me off of my seat, right? And you can see what he is willing to do for the team if he's not scoring, right?
Sure.
So big kudos to Joshua Xerxes. Big kudos to Dorgu as well too, right? We just signed the guy in January, and the guy has slot right into that left back position. I would say definitely there are some. He has to work on his delivery in the final third, but I think with Dorgu we're given an insight as to what we can expect under Ruben Amorim, right? But yeah, the entire team played well for most of the match today. I mean probably 70 to 75 minutes, which is better than previous matches before, right? I was a bit nervous because at the end of the day, you know what? Today was poetic justice. All the times we have played Sociedad, they have gotten some calls, penalties. And I said, well, boy. And that was like either last year or 2 years ago, right? And lo and behold, poetic justice. Before I hand over to the guys, I want to say, he made an effort today. He made an effort.
Definitely.
Got an assist, and will that contribute to his confidence going forward for the rest of the season? Who knows, right? But I can tell he made an effort today, right? So yeah.
Yeah. So, Chef, Zux.
So you must start with Xerxes, right?
No. I just share that in.
Good night, everybody. Good night, brothers.
Good night.
Everybody. All Manchester United. Today was a good day, no?
Yeah.
Today was a good day. Dan, Manchester United is real honey cussing, you know. I sure my neighbors and them, because normally nobody don't really hear me home here, neither unless I play music. Generally, I just be real quiet home me. So I feel the only time my neighbors and them does hear my mouth is when football going on. I take any win, you know.
Yeah,
I don't care who wanted to tell me about penalties. What others always come here and say. I don't talk about really and truly. I don't talk about refereeing decisions because football have a way it has even off itself. Dan, anybody want to tell me Manchester United has not been at the end of shitty calls for the last however seasons, then you're just being biased though.
Yeah.
If as a football fan you could say we have not been getting bad calls after bad calls, no, what we just do. I don't argue it. I just said even it's only recently I came here on the pod and said like it's a conspiracy because the calls just it just not even. Me don't mind giving calls, you know, but it had to be even across the board.
True.
So, if men want to say, well, that call wasn't, so and so, don't care. 3 points, a convincing win against these Spanish teams. What does just give me hell? So yeah. I will say big up to Zix. I like it when a player
Respect is due.
huh?
I say respect where respect is due.
Yeah. Hell
Yeah.
yes. Nothing. You can have to respect a man who get booed out of the stadium, and he never looked back. Let me be real. Xerxes has not really had a bad game since he get booed, which is incredible. That means like more than players have to get booed, boy. So yeah, we will talk further on that. And I'll just mention one thing before I pass it on. Done. Rasmus need a bush part. But I will say this though. You see, today was an example of even if you're not scoring, help out the team.
Yeah.
So you see, if you're not scoring, then you can't be just out of the game. You have to be doing stuff. And to be quite honest, though, the only thing that man missed today, was not scoring. Because he worked hard today. And given he was not like a headless chicken today. He worked hard. He was not. There was some calls what went against Rasmus that we and all was like, oh, what the hell, boy? What more they want? So, yeah.
Yeah. So let me start with some of the comments. Right. So Arun on the inside. Good night, fellas. Spanish curse, nothing. Yeah, man. Mylon. Good night, everyone. Bruno.
Yep.
Right, Jody. Good night, man. Oh, fellas, blessed night. Great win today. I was giving away free Polari tonight to anyone who had a Manchester United T-shirt. You see that when they're done, sell out all. Anyway.
What said thing that boy?
Once United win, I will be giving out free Polari to Man United supporters. Yeah.
Look how I go drive to South.
Right, and you have Kurt on the inside saying good night to the panel.
Good night.
Yeah, so I kinda going back all year to the week. This week in the life of Manchester United, right? And I think this week, I see Reem on the inside. Nice. Right?
Foolish shit is not going on.
Dan, you so gay.
I know that. I know you're somewhere.
When you buy a Xerxes, you had a Xerxes.
All season.
He wanted to sell it. You can't remember when he wanted to sell it.
Yes. Hey, he's so nasty. He dare not wear it at all, He now get the balls to come back and wear it. That did not start to wash down car,
Oh, gosh. Yeah. So, I going back, Reem.
I even back City. I put Casemiro for the first time in however months.
Yeah. I'm going back in the week of Manchester United this week. I think we had a real whirlwind type of week. I think even the week we had made today's game, I would say, more exciting, to be honest. It maybe would have placed a bit of pressure on the players to ensure the win today. But I just want to go back on the life we had this week. I think it started with the Arsenal game. I think we had a real good second half in the Arsenal game. And that built a bit of momentum. And then we saw, I don't know who saw it, but it was an amazing interview with Gary Neville and Jim Ratcliffe. Right, so Jim Ratcliffe, again, as a United supporter, if you didn't see it, it's about 45 minutes,
Yeah, it's 45 minutes.
I like how Gary Neville really asked some pressing questions that would have placed him on the back foot, so again, and then that would have led to the announcement of the stadium, the new stadium. And to me again, that stadium in itself looks amazing. Some it definitely is already on my bucket list as long as that project is, on the way and started, and they say 5 years, and I guess all of that. Yeah, they give him a visa,
Yeah,
boy.
boy. Real wicked thing, eh? Real wicked man thing, boy.
No, but we couldn't tell me on myself anyway. We'll talk about politics the next time, right?
Yeah.
But and then so I think it was timely. I think the interview with Sir Jim, and I think the release at the stadium, I think it didn't happen just like that. I think it was real timely, and I think it would have placed a bit of perceived pressure on this game today and the entire Europa League itself. Competition for to really for us to, even the players who would have been singled out, as Amarin would have said during the week, to show that they are more than what they hear in the media, and I think today, now that accumulated into today's game, as much as we would have started nervous and shaky, I think the game ended where a lot of players would have came off the field today smelling like a rose. I think some of the players really put their names in the limelight today. And I guess we could go through them, during the show. But I think this week was a real exciting week for Manchester United. And I'm hoping that we take this energy into the weekend and even after the international break and really finish the season strong. Yeah, so Reem, I hand it over to you in terms of your thoughts on the game. That's the introduction, and we'll take it from there.
Yeah, good night, everybody. Just I can't remember first chef I was telling, but after today, boy, you feel like a kind of weight off your shoulder because
yeah, boy.
I mean, you're on your way and you're just going about the evening and you're feeling so good, because it was not hard, a hard win. The players performed well. And I mean, with everything, there's the caveat that we're not going to get carried away because we know what this United team gives. But on the merit of just this performance today, I think the last part we were talking about, you're seeing some levels of consistency in the performances. So this performance today, not surprising, right? It's not surprising because we've been seeing little bits coming together. We've been seeing where players actually, settling in certain positions on the field. So you know what you're getting from this player. This player knows he's supposed to do, and things coming together. I was very, very pleased with the performance and the result. I mean, I would have liked to put away this game much earlier, but you could just count on Man United to make an easy game a hard game, And I telling you, I hear it men talking about Sociedad Garo deal with VAR and the referee. Although we dealing with that years. I taking it. And if I was in the stands, I would have pelted about that door. You understand? We're telling the referees no penalty for. We taking everything, dog. We taking everything. Let them fight up after. Let them go on CBS and walk and how much footsteps the referee supposed to. I don't care about it.
No, because you know what happened this weekend? Remember the referee watching that game? So this weekend, this weekend, when a man get fouled, they call it nothing.
No.
Yeah, I telling you, they call it nothing.
No, but overall, guys, I thought the fellas came out with that bit between the teeth, knowing that we have to qualify. I think Amarim last game he really played on the Europa League, and he said it wasn't important. What was important was getting the team to play the way and whatever. But I know they all knew in the dressing room quietly that this was a massive game and we needed to progress, and you saw it in the performance today. So I mean, I real pleased, Dolly. I real pleased.
Yeah. Yes, we have some more comments, and the comments coming thick and fast. So we get some comments, and then we can get into the game, right? So Jody saying, "Wait, remember my comment, right? We could go back and we could just paraphrase, right? What you saying would be is free Polari tonight for all those who had a Manchester United T-shirt, right?" But the Polari sell out, so it's no more. Right? Kurt saying, hey, Reem, onto the AM9 T-shirt. Right? And all remember to like and share All in All United on YouTube and on
Here now,
Facebook.
I could just respond to Kurt there.
Yeah, I mean, of course.
No, the thing about it is, Tony Marcel is my boy to heart, right? But here what I'm telling you, Xerxes come close, right? No, all again time.
Emma
All
wants to
again
kill
time.
out there. See that shit on your way. Wait.
No, but here I'm telling you. No. All here what I'm telling you.
Speechless, you know.
All here.
Absolutely speechless.
Wherever, chef, right? Wherever, right? But what I'm saying, right? All you watching the level of Xerxes giving you, Xerxes wanted to watch the team, boy. You understand? He giving you that kind of encouragement to watch the team. He entertaining we, boy. You understand? Now, I be honest with you, I mean, and think nothing. In the early Xerxes used to fret me though, right? But seeing the man grow into,
But dog up to last month, he was fretting you.
yeah, well, whatever, right? But now he ain't fretting me anymore, right? Nobody, because the man quality dog get real similar to Martial. He not at that level, but he gained there, right? He touch, he intelligence, he pass, he able to, feint and get things done. The only things Xerxes had to work on for me.
Dutch Dimitar Berbatov.
Yeah, the only things Xerxes had to work for me is finishing, because you see the man endeavor, you see the industry, the man working hard, the man winning tackles. Dog, if Bruno didn't score that hat trick, Xerxes is my man of the match.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So, Kurt, Xerxes close to AM at Man United.
If we the convert all we go, so see that holding about a good 8 or 7 today,
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And Xerxes nice on the eye too now. Yeah. The man does make the game look so
Pass to the eye test.
Yeah, boy.
But the man say Ronaldinho is he idol. I mean,
I could see that.
he came in with that. And I said to myself, boy, I have to watch this fella. Like, it took a while for us to see it. It's nice to see with our own eyes on the field, and with a win now, enjoy it even more better, It was nice, when we lose and, he played good, but now the ball's going in, and the assists coming in, and we're playing well. It's great, but one thing about this team is, like, you realize we play these Spanish teams with Rashford and all the other stars we used to have on our team, and we would lose. And now this team is decimated, and we win this game.
Yeah.
I mean, you see how we. I mean, one good game from Bruno. I mean, like, for us, you feel like you have the right group, and you see today, like, I mean, yeah, it's always better when you're winning, but you see a kind of chemistry and camaraderie with this game that he wasn't seeing before. So hopefully it continues. But they're looking good. I mean, I ain't gonna get my hopes too high, but they look like a good group, a solid group, and it's kind of tough because this is our backup squad.
Yeah.
I could just say one more thing on.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you take Xerxes out of this team. This team looking boring. Go ahead.
All right. Do we take out the guy ringing Ahmad?
Ahmad injured.
I don't say that. Ahmad can make an appearance before the end of the season.
Yeah.
No, but what's saying this team today? Now, you take Xerxes out of this team today, and you don't get that level of creativity. You don't get that a little prettiness, boy. Yeah, boy. You don't get that, boy. Anyway.
Yeah. Yes, so Kurt saying have to admit the ref got all the calls right today with the cards distribution. Oh, you're talking about the card distribution. All right. Of course, yes, I agree. 100%. Imagine Dogo maturing and holding down that left back for years to come. That's the plan. Yeah. Jody saying when the players saw that new stadium, they said to themselves, "Boy, let we set up if we want to rep MUFC in the new stadium." Yeah?
Yeah.
And I think the age group of or the profile in terms of the age for our squad, most of the players we have now, again, if they maintain that standard, could be part of that.
Today, that's such a good point. Today, there was calling the ages of the players a lot today, and I was just saying, yo, we have a really young team, boy.
Yeah.
Hebron will be 23 if it take you 5 years. He'll be 23 by the time that stadium.
Like good age. Like good age.
It's real good.
Like good age.
I must shout out Aiden Heaven for playing a full 90 minutes there, boy.
Yeah, man.
He was
Man,
Don't rush it there. Rush any points, Phil. Oh, Jesus. All right.
He really went back in. He really went back in.
Yeah. Right, so could say enough respect to him for telling the ref it wasn't a pen. Again, I have question marks over
You
that
need to
one.
hush your backside.
Yeah, rush him out.
I know your work.
Yeah,
You're getting paid for
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Right?
Hush him out.
Yeah.
You're gonna learn.
Yeah, he go learn. He had to learn.
You gonna learn.
Right, so say that can I get about 8 easy. Yeah. Jody saying this ref must find what? Oh, this Reem must find some way to bring Marcel into the podcast. Eh?
If you don't do that, you don't feel good.
Yeah. We have been asking who would step up with creativity if Bruno takes a night off. I believe Zirkzee could be that man. All right. Right, and for the first time, Garnacho was not that selfish. Garnacho has been
I was impressed with Garnacho today.
The last couple of games, I think Garnacho has been real solid. Playing on the right.
We saw
on the right hand side.
Yeah,
it was the
playing
same
on the right.
when we were seeing him on the right. When he had Rashford on the left and Garnacho on the right. He's less selfish on the right.
Yeah.
Even Amorim said today, he said when he on the left, when he on the right, he's seen a lot more in terms of productivity now. You know, passing, how much chances he created from the right hand side. If he was on the left, he'd be shooting all kind of rosy and thing.
Exactly.
Yeah. So the first question to the panel is this, right? What you all think of? I know hindsight is golden, right? But when we saw the decision to start Heaven in front of Lindelof, what was the thoughts? I see JP nodding, so I'll start with JP.
Yeah, I honestly I was happy with it, because the way I looking at it, Lindelof on his way outside the club. So Heaven is the future. And the performance that he gave against Arsenal, that was a big game for him to come into. When you look at the circumstances, as your former employers, you now come here a few weeks ago, and your first senior appearance will not be against your former employers in that kind of atmosphere, how the game was going. And he handled himself really well. So he showed a composure when he came on against Arsenal, and he showed that he know how to read the game well for his age as well too. So I wasn't worried for him. I wasn't worried for him at all, and I felt like it was the right decision, because I feel like we have to trust the youths. We had to reach the point where we had to trust them youth men. We bring them into the club, and Amorim have a way with Sporting. He did it where he promoted youths, and he got the best out of them. And now is the best time to mold them into what he wants for his team. So yeah, I think it was. I wasn't concerned at all, because the alternative was Lindelof, and yes, Lindelof was very good against Arsenal, but it's still Lindelof.
So Reem, so this game today was a big game, right? This game today was a season-defining game. We have experienced Lindelof to call on, who more or less had a solid game against Arsenal, right? And you seen that call today, Reem. Honest, down in your heart, deep down inside, what was your thoughts?
No, I didn't agree with it. I telling you, right? And as I say, hindsight, I'm glad Heaven starts, and I'm glad he played full game. But when I saw it, especially when you considered you had Dorgu playing on the left, who new into the team. He's a young player. He now adjusting to the expectation of a Man United. And then Heaven, who now make a full debut, I think, against Arsenal last week. But he played well. I was looking at that level of inexperience on that left side now. It had me real concern. And I saw at the start of the game, Sociedad was trying to take advantage of it, because I don't know if I noticed they were only playing down our left side. So they were trying to capitalize on the level of inexperience within those two players. So that was one of my concerns, right? Sometimes in games like these, you would want to go with players who are a little more tried and tested, who proven, who play at that level with in these kind of games in the past, so at least the experience will kind of take you through. So I was expecting Lindelof to start, right? Because I know Maswari could always play on the left and talk to Dorgu, and you could have played probably Lindelof or Billet on the right hand side with Dalot. So that's how I saw it, taking the safer option. But already risk payoff with the youth. This might encourage Amorim to play and trust youth more as we go forward. So we might see Scalia, we might see where's the guy who's playing the 10 again, Morehouse or something.
There were a few of them. Well.
Yeah, it might mean that we might see Amorim trusting and taking some gambles with the young players going forward. Because look at Collier coming on earlier in games now. So, and I thought Collier came on and did well. So that's my thought. Initially, I didn't trust that level of inexperience going into such an important game for us, but I'm not disappointed.
Simeon, anything different from that? What was your thoughts?
I mean,
and maybe what you saw good from Heaven today that tells you that he's ready for this level.
I mean, it's just the eye test. I mean, he looks, the confidence he has, the aggressiveness he has. He just looks like a player. I mean, from you just see it. He's a player. He's aggressive. He's confident. You could see he's a better headspace than Lindelof is already. You can see it. I think he's not afraid of. He doesn't have that kind of luggage. I want to experience, but he has so much confidence in his game that he is gonna, he's not afraid to get forward. He has the right. I saw something against Arsenal. A kind of bad mind, a kind of dog mentality, in him that he has that we're missing in his team. And we need that. I think Amorim probably saw the same thing too. He has that ability. I don't think I've seen anything from him that makes me lose confidence that he could be start again. I mean, what did he do wrong? What did he do wrong this game? Like, I didn't see anything really troubling about him. So yeah, he's young. It's surprising we get them like what under $2 million. It's surprising we got him for that price, but I mean that's a player right there. And a team like this, we need him on the field before Lindelof.
Yeah. So Chef, as talking, it was what Simeon was talking about, right? In terms of the price tag, in terms of not having the weight of a price tag on your shoulder, not you're youthful, so you're not even feeling the pressure of maybe say a more experienced player with a higher expectation coming into the team. You're not feeling that with the expectation. You feel that is helping him through this process right now?
Well, yeah, done. This is just the time to what you're asking. Then I don't want to see Lindelof and Shaw and Evans and all these shittongs on them on that team. I have been saying it for the longest while. And I know men didn't agree with me when I said it. If I had to lose, let me lose, giving my youths and them a chance. I don't want to. When I didn't see Lindelof on the starting side today, and I saw Heaven, I was like, "Thank you, Jesus." And you're correct with your assessment that he don't have. You know what? It's not just. I personally believe it's not just the price tag that have him playing a lot more free. Boy, I believe the Manchester United poison and catch him yet. He come on the way. He come into the side when that heaviness. I can't say it going, but it's not there as much now. It has so much. Right now. It has so much young players around the team. The core, the side changing, men on the way out. So he's saying, "Boy, I really have an opportunity to really break into the side and do well." And big up to the youth Far from the finished product, but the man nice.
Quality. Right? So, Phil, I'm coming to you next, right? We're coming to you next on something else, right? And we will talk about the penalties. But let me get the comments before we get to that, right? So, the last comment we had, no free second telling him, I think we passed this. Yes.
Yeah. Pass this.
Yeah. Where did I reach?
Pass this.
Right, so I guess right, so I guess they're gonna chop like a proper winger.
Yeah.
I could again say my word Mazwari so silky, yeah. Wait,
Maz had a good game today too.
Yeah.
Proper. Right?
Oh God, he
Kukunuki,
must
I
talk
think
about some young man.
Kukonki, yes, the next fighter who I'm already was like tomorrow, yeah, but he was 16, but
Yeah.
to come.
But he's not young,
Right?
Yeah. 16.
Yeah,
Some
16.
would- yeah,
He's like 16, right?
Yeah.
16.
Yeah, I'm saying he young.
Huge boy. No,
Yeah.
but huge, eh? 16.
Big.
No, he big.
Yeah, you got about 6'4", 6'5", somewhere around there, so you big.
Yeah.
Yeah. Curtin again, Reem, the few youths who play the tennis, they gave me some kind of thing like
Tweets.
Fletcher,
Yeah.
Scanlon, Biancaneri, Morehouse. Yeah?
Yeah.
Mm. Jody said Simeon, he have that Vidic aggressiveness.
Yeah.
But more than the Vidic aggressiveness, I find is the calmness on that pressure way.
He's very calm, boy. Very calm. And he
You
really
know,
came real
you
good,
saying that, and then I have grown so unaccustomed to seeing Manchester calm in the back they passing out. I saw it.
Yeah.
My heart beating hard and I see he doing it. And I watching them today and I said to myself,
yeah. No that I play with Tonana and my heart skipped.
Yeah. What?
My heart skipped. When he passed off Tonana, my heart skipped. And it was like this. You know, and going to have somebody right there too, and he just passed it back, you know, cool, calm,
Yeah,
and
he was real calm with it. Real calm with it.
Yeah,
and I like how he aggressive going forward too. He getting into the opposition box.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, the right back for the future coming soon. Right, that you is the all right. Yeah. I Kurt, you're pulling them out tonight, Kurt. You're pulling them out. Right? Good says
you talking all. They expect that from Curtis. You started you talk.
Yeah. See, Martin, they should get back to starting spot next season, you know. Hey, let's stop that now. Let's stop it. Right?
They do that.
Yeah, before Martinez got injured, he was actually our best player. He was the only player who
No.
was Yes,
Yeah, he was.
he was the only player who was making
Martinez was not having a good season.
What?
Martinez was not having a good season.
Chef, you stop
What
watch
are you
football.
talking about?
Chef, you stop watch football for a little bit.
Before he get injured,
Martinez was not having a good season.
Let me qualify what Chef's saying, right?
Go ahead.
And fairness to what Chef's saying is the team, Martinez wasn't playing at the level he was playing at season before.
Yeah.
But he was still the best out of the bad bunch.
Jesus Christ,
best out of the bad bunch.
If thy best, Lord have mercy.
No, he was the best.
But here's my vibes about Martinez, though. As much as we like Martinez, Dan, you see the days we toting wrong player who always injured, that shit done, Martinez need to be fit for a whole season, Enough is enough, though. This is what, like the third season in a row he injured?
No. This is second season.
Okay, sorry. This is his second season in a row. Now, and next season,
Chef, stop. Chef.
I don't care what, Dan. We cannot have them kind of. Sorry, though. We can't say we want to be going up and toting wrong players who injured, boy. We can't do that. As much as we and no Manchester player could say we don't like Martinez, but we can't afford to do that. We can't. Right. Not if we look at improve.
I find we pushing that injury thing on Martinez too early.
But how? It's 2 seasons, Reem.
No, but if you understand the injuries he getting is more contact injuries as opposed to the kind of thing that mount and show and them just be getting and be out for kind of 10 years and thing. It's
Kareem,
different.
Yeah, like,
at the end of the day, it's a still an injury, right?
No, it is, but
yeah,
it's a
but it's
contact
it's
injury.
different.
Hey,
It's
well, all
different.
right. Then
Mount,
he have a season to go again to not get a contact injury.
But in nature, how we just
But
play, we say we want
Yeah.
we defenders to be aggressive. The man aggressive. He had that kind of bulldog in him. You understand?
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
is what causing the injuries. It's not like like them other clown.
He have a season again.
Mount just come and make a sprint and that is it.
Yeah, Mount out for 6 months.
Mount and Shaw.
Yeah. All right, so let me move on. All right. Dwayne saying, good night and good game, waiting on the other game. That's it. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Good night.
Hey,
Yes,
Richie,
and
good night,
Lynn,
brother.
man. Yeah, blessings and love.
Yeah, man.
Not a bad day at the office.
Not a bad day at all.
Yeah, it's a bad day. Right now, Harry saying, Arun saying, I'm so that Bruno Fernandes has the most goal involvements in Europa League history. Wow.
Oh.
I guess 41 games, 24 goals, 17 assists. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, proper things.
Sure.
Right? And he's saying look short sour for everybody. Yeah, that why Chef getting on so.
No,
right?
he's right. He's right. And not on that touching injured players thing.
Right, and you say when we get rid of the doctor from Arsenal, so hopefully next season we have less
that's right.
injuries. Yeah. Let me hope
No,
so.
but he going yet, he's still here. But he's
Yeah,
leaving,
still
but he's still here. Yeah.
Again. All right. Yeah, so we're going in again to it, into the game, right? And we're going to talk about the penalties, right? And we could start from Phil, from the first one to the fourth, right? Let me get your thoughts on them.
It's funny that you mentioned the word penalties, right? Because I guess penalties is the word of the week. And as much as people want to criticize, I'm just going off on a little tangent here. As much as people want to criticize Bruno Fernandes for taking penalties and scoring them, I know a certain team could have used a Bruno Fernandes this week though to score penalties.
Sure.
I ain't gonna mention the team, but
Sips water.
He mentioned them, man. He mentioned them, so you don't have to.
Yeah. Now going back to today's game, right? I saw the Delict tackle, and in real time, it looked like Delict cleared the ball. But for some reason, when I watched it back, it looked like Delict's foot hit Rabal's foot, and that's the reason the penalty was given. I said, okay, fair enough. But I must say, I got to give another shout out to Manchester United over these 2 legs because Real Sociedad has not scored a goal from open play yet. Think about it.
Yeah.
Both goals that Real Sociedad scored, we gave them. Okay. The penalty that Bruno took for the first to equalize. Again, is an instance of I was thinking it was a fluff from Hoyland. But then when ref gave it and you saw what really happened, it was definitely a penalty.
I still see that earlier. I've been honest.
Yeah, he pushed him.
He pushed him in the back. Yeah.
After he missed the ball, I don't know, but I'm struggling to see if we like get a penalty in the Premier League.
Thank God you know that VR committee.
I think
that's a fault.
If he didn't get pushed, I think he was on course to get any ball properly.
Yeah.
But the push is what really threw him from.
The push.
Well,
I find that was real soft. I find that was soft.
But here what's going on. The referees in Europe, when it comes to Champions League and also Europa League, they're on a different level than the referees inside the EPL, right? But if we must talk about obviously penalties, I think the one that everybody is talking about is the one that Dorgu. The first one, not the second one where Dogu said no. The second one where people were asking if Dorgu ran into the guy or if Dorgu actually was fouled, right? Now the guy held his position. Don't get me wrong, right? But I guess in real time, it did look like a penalty, right? Now on a replay, I would still maintain that stance that it looked like a penalty, right? And then I won't call the one that Dorgu did a dive because it did look like the other guy. I can't remember who it was. He did get some contact, right? But it would have been very, very soft,
Yeah.
right? But as you guys said earlier in the podcast, Dorgu, you gotta learn to shh. Because we anything that we can take right now, coming on to the end of the season, we're gonna take it, right? Don't get me wrong, his morals were intact and he was an honest man at that time, okay? But as Manchester United, all it takes is for us to be playing well against 10 men. The score is 2-1, and it takes some foolish decision for it to be 2-2.
Yeah.
Right? And then we gotta go to the real penalties. And then we gotta depend on Andre or Nana to save us in penalties. You know
Which we know not happening.
You know that happening. When I saw Bruno equalize for 1-1, I said, this team has to pull forward. This team has to pull forward. Push forward. Because if this goes to penalties at Old Trafford, we already know what happened versus Fulham. Right? I wouldn't want a repeat of that because this match was a do or die match, right? But yeah, I think in real time all the penalties were real penalties, but in slow motion, well, hey, I taking it.
Yeah. The one against Dogu that was given, I think that was more of a penalty. And the reason why is that you saw that the defender did not want him to pass.
Exactly.
You know, because you saw where the defender made himself in a way that make sure he trip him. But try to make it look like he just stand up.
Yes.
You know,
but we know better than that. We know it's looking like if he stand up, but he moving parts of his body.
Exactly. So as long as you play the game already, you know, and sometimes I saw them referees as, you know, that make that call. Because you play the game, you know what you do.
Yep.
You know, and I think that one to me was a technical call from a referee for a penalty, but I think was the right call. You know, because it has some defenders that understand the dark arts real good. And they could pull off that, and only a referee who played the game and understand the game would have made that call.
Yeah.
And to me, I think that call was a very good one. You know, the decision where Dorgu say tell the referee that is not a penalty, no. You know, that is not your work. Let the man make the call, you just put on your head, walk away.
Hush your mouth.
Hush your mouth. Right? And if the referee make that call and back him, right? Then Jed, I mean, that know your mistake. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And to me, I don't find the player actually get any of the ball, to be honest.
He didn't.
He touched it with a real feather touch.
Yeah.
No, but he would have made contact with Dorgu before he touched the ball, and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So I think that definitely could have been a penalty.
Yep.
You know,
because review.
Yeah, because how penalties were called during the game, I could have seen that given. You know, but so it was, and you know, I mean, I guess we still went ahead and won the game. So no harm, no foul. Yeah. Right. So we get back into the comments. We're bringing them comments quick, boy.
Nothing like a win to bring out comments.
For sure. Right. Yes, we get that one already. Good saying, hey, he tackled Maguire hard, I can't remember who was this.
What?
I'm not sure what this. He tackled Maguire hard, but he has been very good professional, right?
You talking about?
Oh, is we, not he. Okay. Okay. All right. Arun saying Bruno about 2 or 3 games away to pass Shaw for the number of games played for United. He is here since 2014. Bruno is 2020.
Yeah, I saw that start today.
Wow.
Crazy.
Wow.
So
Listen, I really thought that Bruno may have given Rasmus the penalty. Are you crazy?
are you mad? Good. You haven't played football in your life?
Nah,
What?
nah, that game was
Let me
that game was too
put
crucial.
on the
That game
camera
was
for
too
that.
crucial to
What?
risk that.
Bruno Fernandes
Shouldn't
is
risk
the team penalty taker.
Now we had to be at this 5 up.
Unless he off the field, it had nobody else taking no penalties.
Yeah. I just said if it was like how that's 4, like how we end up with 4, and then we get a penalty.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
But
Then
nothing before that.
nah.
Yeah.
Because we know this
Only-
United team, this
only
United
goal.
team
That first one
could
was-
flip
that
2
first
goals
one was
easy.
a level.
This you feel
That's a
you feel
level.
this Pelori selling our you take one, you take one, you take one. Nah. Forget that.
And then on top of that too, you have to be careful because holding confidence in the mud too, so you're going to kick shop in the center.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to risk that by.
Done big to big. You had to come real good to save a Bruno Fernandes penalty, you know.
Yeah.
I watching a man kick them penalties today. And it's at the last minute. Bruno does kick, you know.
After the keeper move. Yeah,
Yeah, the keeper up one.
Then he just place it. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So Aaron saying the second pen was crucial, right, to put us in the lead. Rasmus' confidence is shot, and we needed that to be in the back of the net. Yeah. For sure. Because Timmy Maguire had in the podcast, but he has been a model professional. Yeah, but I don't see Maguire again, to be honest. As to say the amount of bad calls I did get for this season. Right?
JP's a real fool, you know. You see why I was having a camera off something.
Right. So his son saying the amount of bad calls we get, we taking that.
Yes.
Right? What they saying about my boy Jay-Z?
Talk now.
Your boy.
Curly and the warehouse finding himself, man.
Performance. Yeah. Jerome Foster, good night, man. Also, Bruno, real captain today.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What we saying, Phil? What we saying?
Times 2 next year, please. By 2 next year, please. Okay. All right, cool. Right, good saying a PK, not the first PK Nico and Chef. What is that? A PK, not the first PK?
Yeah.
Oh, not the first one, but not even the second one. No, not even the second one.
No.
The second one was for the lead.
No.
I want to when we leading 4-0 or up 4, then if you want to be generous, you could and I mean we leading 4-1 with in the 88th minutes. You want to be generous? Yeah, you fix up. Outside of that, no sir.
No. Right, and Jerome saying Rasmus played well today. No goal, but if he do this every week,
he can be mad. But
and that is segue for the next topic. And Chef, you're going to take one time so you can start. We're talking about Rasmus' performance today.
Mm-hmm.
So you could go ahead.
Done. All right. Real talk. He has been missing goals, and even today. But you see, the thing about it is, and we all of us talk in games past. Okay, you're not scoring, but try something different now. Stop. You're not Sturgeon, dog. You want to just be posting up. That's not football again. You have to move about. You have to be. You make your name being a pest. Then be a pest with sense, and that's what we get from him today. Give your players and them the chance to find you, and you could have see men truly wanted him to score today, though, because I was giving him, there was feed.
Yeah, I find they're trying too hard. They're trying too hard to give him that ball to score.
Boy, we always complaining about how the midfield don't feed forwards. They don't feed forwards. So I would say that today was a much better. Oh, so that's some calls Rasmus didn't get. That I was like, but this referee's a wicked man. You want the defenders, and that's this game. There's been games past too where them referees and them been giving Rasmus nothing. But you know what? He earned today. He plays in the team. He really worked hard. I can't fight him. I still mad he not scoring them chances. And you could see it's some nervousness and lack of confidence right now. But I believe that if that man score one, he might go on a little run. He just needs to score one.
All right. Simeon, I coming to you next, right? So, if you looked at Rasmus' performance today, do you think after the Arsenal game, they put him to sit down and let him know what is the expectation of a United striker, or at least the minimum expectation of a striker at all?
Maybe, but I think, I mean, if anything, I mean, he knew he was struggling. I think he knew, but I think what really would have gotten him and perhaps his teammates, up was that interview that was done, this week with Ratcliffe, talk about who's players, and I think that kind of, I mean, I'm sure Amarim would have told people that, they had to watch themselves and might be gone. But I think hearing the owner or in one of the big, headwigs say that so openly and so like, I mean, I think that really got them. Cause I think Rasmus is one of the players who really wants to be here. I keep saying he really wants to be a United player, and to feel like that time might be coming to a close. I think he really needs to perform. I think the whole team knows they have to perform, knowing the general. I think we are now at a point where other teams were like, it's business. It ain't no sugarcoating stuff anymore. It's time to perform or ship out. We can't carry, yeah, we spend money on you, but if you win my player, you gotta go, and the same way, other teams do it. I think the seriousness of the time. I mean, like, people losing their jobs, people got, the style. I mean, it's serious time at United. So I think the seriousness of the time is hitting Rasmus hard now, and the whole team right now. So it's good to see a response after that interview.
Yeah. Reem, any what's your thoughts?
Yeah.
You think the performance, the Arsenal performance would have stuck out at a sort and he felt that he had to make up for that performance?
Well, I don't think is that's the fact that he didn't start against Arsenal. I think as Simeon said, he knew that he was struggling. I mean, everybody know Højlund's struggling because even today, everybody forcing to get Højlund to score when it had other better pass options. They tried to pass it to Højlund, just so that he could get on the score sheet. It's something. It had an interview before the game with Amarim and I think it's Sky Sports, right? And they had asked him about Højlund, right? And one of the things he said, which I thought was a very good perspective. He said we try not to focus on the negatives. Rasmus already know he living in his head, but he said what we try to show the player is the good things that he doing, right? And he made reference to the first game against Sociedad when Garnacho crossed the ball to Xerxes for the shot. He blocked a player that may have, if he wasn't there, may have run and pass foot to stop to deflect the shot that Xerxes took. Right. And he also talked about, Rasmus occupying defenders, which given Xerxes and Garnacho and Eriksen when he plays more room. You understand? So he said they're focusing on more of the positive things that he's doing, and that will encourage him to continue doing those things, and his opportunity will come. Now, the issue is the opportunity is coming very quickly, rapidly for him, and you're seeing where he's still living in his head, where he rushing things, he overthinking things.
That's on the right foot today.
Yeah.
Crazy, right? Crazy. But the thing about it is, what I would credit him for is being a team player, because that man take real rough up from them defenders today. He run channels, only he work hard. I cannot fight a player for effort. You understand? He lacking the quality that we want from him, right? That clear as day. Hoyland proved to me that he's no clinical striker, and the fact that he confidence shot, it just making him look worse in front of goal in terms of that aspect of his game. We know our striker currency is goals, but to be honest with you, what he doing right now in terms of running, dealing with defenders, being a nuisance, that was, even though it will go under the radar, that was very, very important to the performance and the result for me. So I credit him for that. But that quality aspect of the game had to improve, because we always say we can't carry players here. There will also be the point when we need to score goals. We can't depend on you to be fighting with defenders right through for a whole season. You have to score, right? But based on today, I think yes, we was able to score the chances that he got, but I think his performance wasn't bad.
Phil, what's your thoughts on Rasmus today, and also what impact you think Ruben and team having on Rasmus from a coaching point of view?
Well, today was his first above average performance in a while. By above average, he even got an assist, right? For the assist that Rasmus provided, that was reminiscent of the old Rasmus of last season, right? There's a difference between working hard and working smart, right? Joshua Xerxes works smart. Rasmus works hard. But you can work hard shielding off a defender, but then other opposition players are coming towards you to take the ball away from you. Yes, you work hard to shield off one guy, but then what happened to the other players as well? Too working smart is shielding off that guy and then bringing your other teammates into the equation as well too, right? That's my opinion of working smart, right? And like I said, one game where Rasmus was a bit intelligent today. What is that?
All right, so JP, I'll come to you. I'll come back to I'll go back to Phil, right? So same thing as I just piggybacking on what Phil was talking about, because Rasmus would have created a play in the end to get the assist for Dallo, but that play to me had to come from a place of confidence, right? So is it that he felt he worked hard, he felt he contributed, or during the game that he felt good about his performance during the game that he could have pulled that off, or is it that the entire team, the performance of the entire team would inspire him to make that play? Because the Erasmus we have been seeing for the last few months, you couldn't see that now. So what's your thoughts on that?
No, I think the first thing I say is I think he for himself could have felt good about his performance today, because he was a lot more involved in good things. He wins some duels today. He actually used his strengths properly and his pace properly to run the lines today, to run the channels today. He link up play a lot better. Yes, he fall asleep on some instances where you want him to be a little sharper. But to me, I think overall, because of how he grew into the game, realizing that something and doing some things right here, you could have seen it in him. Because there were games when he came off and you could see how dejected he looked. You could see he looked like, what going on with me, boy? Like you could see him questioning himself. And I think today, because of how well he played, you started to see him doing more things like that. I don't think that was the first time I see him do that move in the game to get past a player. And this time it led to something. So he grew into it, and he grew into the confidence of doing more and understanding what we wanted from him all the time. If you're not scoring goals, you have to contribute in some way to the team. And I think that is that gets into his brain today. And we saw him grow more and more into the game because of that. Like he understood, well, I had to do something. I can't just throw up my hand in the air when they don't pass to me and feel like they have to pass to me because I have to do something to contribute to the team.
Yeah, for sure. Phil, you good on your point there? You recovered? All right. Yeah. So let me get some of the comments, and I don't know if anybody have any other points they want to touch on. But let me get to the comments, and then we'll touch on any other points.
Fred, I have to say, Fred missed a penalty today for front
Yes.
of basketball.
Yes, he did.
Okay. And Rasmus, okay, I think I read this. Right, so Ethan said Bruno was balling at one and had to slow down the game. He had to captain the keeper too because he does trip off.
So that he's time to hold on to the ball.
Yeah. But again, Onana had nothing to do really today. I mean, he had one and everything was straight to him, so I think it's like that Sociedad, lacking that potency, or we managed the, defensively very well, the game very well, right? So Ethan saying, this was just after we went in the lead, right? Okay, that's when he tell Bruno to slow down. All right. Jerome saying a senior striker next year to lead the line to teach him.
Yeah.
He might get decent, man. Right. After that, Jim Ratcliffe and them, no time to wait for Erasmus and them to get decent.
And that's what we're saying. I think he wouldn't get sell, but then we need to get a better striker.
We need to get at 20 goal, minimum 20 goal striker in this team, minimum.
Yeah.
Well, if you want chance on David, he's free enough.
We need a 20 goal strike. We need a 20 goal striker. I don't know. Is he a 20 goal striker? I don't know.
Yeah, 20 something this season, I think. But it's really playing for, so I mean.
Yeah.
And even if it's not, it had to be a proper striker who banging the team.
Yeah.
I watched that game with Lille and Dortmund. Them defenders go eat you alive in the Premier League.
Yeah.
I feel so, yeah. I feel so.
Who's that?
Jonathan David.
I was trying to take him in properly in that game too. He do anything that stand out to him.
Yeah. Jerome saying Rasmus is a United fan, like 3/4 of Denmark. Right? It would be good if he can turn his form around and we look back 3 years and laugh at this time. Yeah, because at the end of the day, we don't spend that money, We don't spend that 70-something million.
And that's what I'm telling all this. So he's not going anywhere right now. So it makes sense, as somebody just said, we get a seasoned striker, not to freeze him out of the team, but for him to learn.
Yeah. Good thing in the first half, Rasmus was calling for the ball. Man was level with the defender, and I can't remember which midfielder decided to spray the pass to Dallo on the right. That thread the ball in the middle for Rasmus. On a real man try to set up, or real man try to set up Rasmus today. Yes. Must agree with that.
Boy, to that comment, I hear got that Xerxes play on repeat for the last half an hour here, boy. Look. Boy, the man technical ability is there for all to see, boy. If Rasmus has scored that, boy, God.
But that would not have been offside? Because Dogu look offside to me.
It would have been tight. I think it was tight.
I think VAR today was Man United players. So we not get through. VAR was Man United. We not get through. Don't worry, we not get through today.
They men take it easy and Fred, boy. If we not win the game at least.
Yeah, but they ain't go through.
Yeah, man, true.
Right, not sure Jonathan David good enough, but he might be worth a punt.
I don't want no punt.
What is a punt?
Understanding? Punt is Xerxes and Rasmus.
But the issue we have in like with this team and the way this club is going is like they want the criteria for the type they're looking for is young players. So it's gonna be hard to find a young player that has that kind of experience and quality. So I don't know if they're gonna just make an exception. I mean, we would like them to make an exception there. We would like that to be an exception.
Go for the lap.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. That might be That might be the
I
option.
feel like he's still. I feel
Where's
like
the
he's
next
still
one?
learning too, guys. That is
Well,
my thing
between
with the
the
lap. I feel like he's
between
Where's
the
the
lap,
where's
Gaio
the
Perez,
hard face one who does play for Brentford name again?
What's that?
Embuemo.
Yeah.
Embuemo.
Yeah, but
He's
Mbeumo's
at
not.
10. He's at
Yeah,
10.
he's at 10. He's at 10. He's not a center forward.
I just saw somebody just go.
Yeah.
But like I honestly the lap is a real ball pest, you know.
Yeah, that was saying I find the lap. I like the lap by.
Why?
I
Be aligned.
still
And
think
think
we need
about
a
the
more
lap to
experienced
do for
boy.
a small player. He have
Boy.
plenty dog
He
in
not
him, man.
small. He not small.
Nah, he
Yeah,
big.
he's small.
Big, you're big. You're
You
big.
find
But
so
yeah, like,
The lad is what 6 foot. The lad is what 6'2", 6'3", maybe.
he's so tall.
My
Yes,
thing,
boy,
my
yeah.
thing, my thing with the lapper is the man is a real pest boy, but the man good on the ball, boy. The man
Yes,
is good on
but
the
he
ball.
technically good on the ball.
Yeah, and that's
Hey,
something.
me care about going on a ball now. Watch my. I taking Lukaku right now. If you can get 20 goals in it for good season, yeah, if you get 20, at least 20 goals in the Premier League, I talking about, right?
Yeah.
You could have the Lukaku touch. I taking that right now.
We making a joke, yeah, but a point of brethren of mine keep on still, and I think this is what we need to understand, that a good striker and a good goalkeeper keeps you in games even when you're playing poor.
Yeah.
David De Gea.
And that is what we don't have right now. We have a shit keeper, and well,
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
if we had a good striker, we'd have a lot of the games that we would have even lost or draw. We could have won them games, eh?
yeah.
True.
That Fulham game, we'd have never lose that Fulham game, eh?
Dan, watch who we've been losing to
The
though.
Arsenal game, we never draw the Arsenal game, eh? We'd have won the Arsenal game, eh?
But
Dan,
they go.
think about and on the other scope of that, think about the games where Onana cost me too.
Oh, good. Especially last season. Hey.
Nah, but you watched the Arsenal game, like you saw like the discussion, like who was the worst, forward line. And it's funny, we played Arsenal and you saw both teams, had chances, but like the effect of having a good clinical striker, how it affect both teams.
Yeah.
Arsenal could be, they have a good team, but they already have a trusted finisher.
Point.
Yeah, so if we had I mean, we bad. I mean, trust me, we bad. But we in this bad. We bad. We're a terrible team. But in the past, we had meant to put the ball in the back of the net and cover it up. And we had the hair when he wasn't putting the ball in. When he wasn't doing his nonsense, we had the hair saving us. So, we bad, but we ain't 15 bad, maybe 10 or 9, but we need a striker. We need a striker.
Yeah. And back to Chef's point, that it's true because Raya saved Arsenal from losing that game.
Yeah.
And the lack of a striker for us prevented us from winning the game. So yeah, case in point. Yeah. I don't know if anything else you want to touch on, guys. Dream, anything you want to touch on?
Dogu.
Mm-hmm.
I know. Doru went in for a lot of praise today, and I don't disagree for the most part, but I think Dogu lacking a lot in the final third. A lot of his good plays breaking down. In the final third. I was disappointed with his decision making today. He given us robustness. He given us that athleticism on the wide. He's stretching the defense. He's a willing runner. But I just feel like when he had the ball at his feet, he making decisions that could cost him. I remember a particular play today. We had a set piece, and he was with, I can't remember who he was with at the half line, and one of the balls came back to him, and he controlled it, and the touch was heavy. And if that Sociedad player was faster, that's a red card.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
the same way he
I
lunged,
felt a red card. I felt a red card if he missed.
the way he lunged is the same way he lunged at Hutchinson in that Ipswich
Yeah.
game. And
Yeah.
if that Sociedad player was quicker, he is going to get sent off again. You know, but that's just one. It has some other plays where I find he decisions in the box. He trying to shoot and he don't have the shot. And plenty things today he do that annoy me. But I mean, I had to remember he knew he young. You know, I can't measure him really at the standard that I would want to measure. Let me just say somebody a little more seasoned. But trust me, next season, if he continue this nonsense, I'm going hard on him. You know, so my hope is that he continues to improve in the areas where I think he needs to improve. And you see that final third win, the wing backs, your job is to give us width and proper decisions in the attacking area. And if you can't give me that, then play that. And that's a real bad, that's a dissent.
Nah, no, I go down that road. No, me go down that road.
If
Don't want to develop. Don't want to develop.
No, that's what I'm saying.
No.
He will develop. But if Dorgu continue performing and making poor decisions in the attacking third, then this ain't gonna work. This will not work.
No, but Green, we get your point though. But I want to believe though, as you rightfully pointed out, he young and he now coming and he developing and stuff. But Dan, I just have to say, long means here Manchester United wing back who getting up the field proper so. And that is something we've been so lacking in attack because it makes us so compact for teams to come at us and going forward too. So
you see that quality, Chef? I'm not trading that quality for no industry. I'm not trading that at all. You see, we need that quality by Chef, but we need that.
I agree. I'm not saying no. But what I say no, in the games so far from him, I see it more from him that we have seen from other players
from
in that position in a while.
Yeah, for sure.
Even look sure. So I am don't understand what I say. I don't disagree with you because at the end of the day, that you see them positions though, we need quality. That's why teams can be beat. We could Liverpool have men when you have men like Trent Arnold and them coming at you. So you need them, you need quality. So I don't disagree with you at all. I just saying then compared to what we have gotten, because I don't rate Dallow. I find Dallow is a shit snake.
You see Casemiro? You see a Casemiro attempt today?
Yeah. No, we don't want to talk about that. I was waiting for me to bring up that,
If looks gonna kill Casemiro, that'll be in jail.
Casemiro gave him the stare that I swear all the millions of Manchester United fans was watching him the same way. You have to be a jackass. Casemiro watch him like, Dan, you can't be serious, boy.
In a big game, you know here they want to sell everybody. Right? And that what you doing?
Yeah. And
you know here my name get called.
You know here my name get called.
Yeah.
Right? And that what you doing?
As we touching on that point where him said, Dallow and them fellas and them in and around this team too long to still be doing them dishes though. That's just not. I don't care. The scoreline. I don't. You have to do better.
My thing is this, right? Go ahead, JP. Sorry.
Yeah, what I was going to say back in here, I think why you're probably making the point with Dorgu is because of what we have not been getting in the final third from the wing backs, and you see what separate this system that we're using from a system with Trent and Robertson. Is that the wing backs in the system really important to how the team played.
Yep.
And the reason we signed Dorgu is not really just for tenacity and endeavor, is for productivity in the final third as well, because of how important position is. So I was feeling the same as Reem today. I was getting frustrated with him a little bit and disappointed in his quality in the final too. Everything up to that point, he was doing good because he drawing a lot of fouls, and at a point in time, we had a team where we were winning a lot of penalties. So he's a player as well, based on how he is positioning himself in front of and between ball and man. He could win penalties. So there are a lot of positives about him as a player, but what your wing back really had to be the quality of you get a ball from the 10 out wide, you could swing it inside and find a good pass.
Yeah.
So I think that is something that he have
Yeah,
to
the
work
work
on because Malacia was actually getting forward when he got the little games. But Malacia quality wasn't there either, and then Garnacho wasn't trying to find him.
Thank you.
So it's not, we don't want to have Malacia 2.0 with tenacity and endeavor and no final product, because we already have that with Darlow on the right side. All the heart in the world, all the love for Manchester United, but you're not producing in the final third where we need you to do that.
I think what Dogu gives you apart from Malacia, I was make this comparison because I really hope Malacia will work out. But Dogu has, as aggressive as Malacia is in defense, Dogu is aggressive both ways. I think he's aggressive, behind and going forward. I think him not being that aggressive going forward cost him his spot here. But Dogu will try stuff. Dogu will make that run. He would take people on. He would draw defenders in. Last year was kind of timid when he attacked, and that's why But and it comes back to what kind of team do you want to have? I think the aggressive trait is what Amorim is looking for. You see it with Heaven. You see it with a lot of players. He bringing in that aggressive, that confidence. You don't want guys who are afraid to make mistakes. But one, I want to move topic, but I have to talk about Garnacho because
Go ahead.
I'm struggling with Garnacho because I've always said if he can't pass the ball, sell him. But it seems, it appears that he is understanding that he's more valuable when he makes that pass, when he plays, draws people in and make that pass. Watching the game today, it's kind of, he could be very dangerous if he has that approach to his game. Because the passes he made were right on time. As you guys said, maybe it's the right side he's playing on, but he was very, very effective. The team looked good. His attitude was good today. I don't know what's going to happen in the summer, but he looked really good today. When he passed.
Yeah, and my only thing is, I just feel as though, the natural instinct on these players, boy, it's so low because when it's like you tell Garnacho always to pass more, and he will find himself in a shooting position and he go pass, and then he go shoot, he go pass when he's supposed to shoot, and them kind of thing now, boy, when they want these fellas to have that intelligence and understanding to just make the right decision. It's at a time in the first half, Garnacho cut back in, Bruno right there, all they had to do is plat on Bruno had a shot at goal, and the man shoot. Second half, he passing. I don't know, boy.
Reem,
I find Garnacho was good today.
No, he was good. We want to take them fellas from the level as good to elite now, boy, because we need
that point where Reem making there. You know what I believe have a lot to do with it, Jim? We have been bringing young players. This is my opinion. We have been bringing young players into our squad for the last few years and not training them to play the position. So you bring in a man and you put him on the field. Run at them. Take them on. But not training them that, brother, it have more to your position than then running at them. You have to be able to use a winger. He's not a striker. He's a winger. So first and foremost, you have to be able to pick a pass. You have to be able to, if you're cutting on the outside, You're cutting on the inside. You have to have more to your game. And I honestly believe, because I have been very hard on him too, that Garnacho was not trained enough to do those other things that now we finally seeing him doing a lot more. And it's infuriating at times. And I guess it's the same way with Reem and Doku, because you've seen them with a little more brain and a little more patience that pass on. Or if you pass the ball and get in there, you will get a better shot instead of rushing the play. And that is why I think our team has been lacking coaching properly. Because let me be real. When was the last time Manchester? This is a question men has asked. When is the last time Manchester United produce or improve a player? Men coming into the first team, we buying, but can we honestly say that men have been coming into the team and getting better for a sustained period? They will show me little glimpses at the start, make the team, and then
But definitely what I have been seeing with the team in the last 3 or 4 games is when we press and how we press, and you're seeing where we synced in pressing, and I watch it today as well. It's not like one man pressing and everybody else guessing what to do. You're seeing it today. So the team know the trigger moments. The team, and to me, the team looking like a football team. For the first time in a long time, this team looking like a football team. I think the intensity today as well for the entire game. I haven't seen a United team play with this level of intensity. So I think we pressed with high intensity and intelligence, and it was for a sustained period for the entire game. I think we maintained it, which to me shows that, as Chef was saying, there are coaching going on within the team, and I think we said it last review that we always come here and wonder what them fellas doing during the week. But now we come in and we seeing that something happening during the week.
Sorry, we're finished.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to make our next point. And it's something, I remember we were talking before and we were asking, for Amorim to adapt to the players that he had. Right? And I don't know how much of you all listened to the post-match. And he was asked about Casemiro. And he's saying he's not asking Casemiro because he understands Casemiro limitations. So he's not asking Casemiro to press high again. And he made this statement that he's learning his players, right? And he's adjusting to the players that he have. And I'm wondering, whether this little injury situation that we had or that we have was a blessing in disguise, not only for certain players, but even for the manager, because he had to start to adapt. And he's not changing his principles, but he's seeing little tweaks with players. Because I realized Casemiro just looking better. He's looking stretched. Over the last 2-3 games, he plays in Sociedad, Arsenal today. Casemiro looking better. Even though, he may not be covering the amount of distance at Ugarte go cover, you're still seeing a compactness in the midfield, right? So listening to Amorim talk, it really gave me the impression that this little injury crisis teaching Amorim some lessons that's key for him to be a success at Man United, because you have to stick to your principles, don't change, do what you're doing. But at the same time, these are the tools that you have, and work with the tools to achieve something, whether it's short or medium term. And I think that's commendable. That's something that is noteworthy, dealing with we've been asking for it from the manager, and we've seen it now. For how long it will work, I don't know. But with the last couple of games and listening to him talk, I'm seeing where he's now adapting and adjusting. Look at Garnacho, Casemiro's our next one, who again, Dalot, Hoyland, Xerxes, you see how we adjusting to the players that he have, and we actually starting to see something, what we could identify with as a pattern, as a style, and it's working, So kudos to the manager for that.
Yeah.
And I think,
All right, so
I think Xerxes, just to tie up on that point now, with Casemiro, I think what's helping too is Xerxes, because Xerxes dropping deeper and creating more numbers in the midfield too.
and winning balls as
Casemiro-
well.
And winning balls as well. And Casemiro now not expected to get involved higher up the pitch. So Xerxes helping to create more numbers, and it's not as easy for teams to just play through the mid, and then when Bruno make his little run, Casemiro alone, and So I think all that is and I was always saying that, or they know that I was saying a great manager had to be able to adapt. I think what we
For sure.
the poor run that we were on, where we were just kind of scratching our head as to what going on with the team, it may have been a little bit of naivety from the manager at that point in time, where he was trying to get players to do something that they couldn't do, and he realized it, and he made the tweaks, and as Reem say, you had to commend him for that.
Yeah.
Let me ask the question, because and this is a somewhat serious, somewhat jokey question, right? Because the atmosphere tonight on the podcast has been great. How many more podcasts are we going to have like this from now to the end of the season?
Let me enjoy this one now. Phil, let me enjoy this one now.
Tonight is good vibes, but we know the team we support.
Let me enjoy this one.
I enjoy it.
We can talk about that when we beat up Leicester weekend,
Yeah.
hopefully, right?
Just like every game, let me take it one part at a time.
Yeah.
Perfect. I love it. Perfect.
Right? All right, so there you get any comments on Rapid, right? So Jerome Potter saying pocket tight. We have to find that mythical striker on a budget.
Pocket tight, but we dog. As we are that pocket tight, pocket tight, but we build a new stadium. How tight that pocket is, boy?
Yeah.
It's a Greater Manchester project, so it's not just the club that find all the money for that.
Yeah.
I know what they say, they're taking loan from Island Finance, so what the hell?
Don't forget the same jerseys that the men wear tonight, the men go wear on the weekend as well too, So
I'm saying not sure the lap makes sense unless Hoyland leaves. We have enough young guns. Okay. A good mentor striker would have been Ivan Toney, but
Ivan Toney is not the kind of striker that's Ivan Toney is a better 10 for me than a number 9 with that go run channels and things. Toney running with channels.
We got Xerxes already, so.
Yeah.
Good thing I don't want Onana to start next season. I hope Bayande is still there, is given a chance to start the season.
No, we want a new keeper. Right? Yeah.
But I don't know. I wish that Bayande could have got running the team at least this season.
Yeah, nobody tell him get injured. He like got run all now.
Yeah. Jaron said Dogo is very raw, have room to learn.
Yeah, definitely.
Valencia was the last one like Dogo. Right? Evie would have been a great wing back if he was still in his prime.
But he 1 foot self.
Talking about how Dallo hasn't been dropped for a game yet. I know I would get slack for this, but Anthony would make a better wing back than Dallo. Can't wait for Ahmad to come back.
Next comment.
We can agree with it.
It's too late to answer them kind of shit this hour, you know.
If that was early up in the show, I'd have responded, but now.
Yeah. Not at 10:35, an hour and a half into the show. No,
man got work tomorrow, boy. So sorry.
I had to wake up 3 o'clock, no.
Part of Malassia's issue was the injury. He needed time to get back. The bravery, doing well at the moment. All right, how would that 7 feel?
I'm on a whole 7 versus Arsenal, boys. So.
Amara teaching Ganacho his rule, dropping him help. Tenag used him as a second striker, Rashford mini. Right? So he wasn't limited. He could freestyle. right? He should improve on that, Ruben Amorim.
See that freestyling thing?
Yeah.
Happy times here tonight. Good night, sir. King on
Yeah,
Rudy.
good night, good night.
Like, yeah, you're late. But better late than never. Right? So I guess we have reached the end of the pod. I think we had some real good interactions. We on to the next round, which is the quarterfinal round against Leon. Right? I think that is I think it's a great matchup. You know,
Well, they watch Leon play much this season.
No. You know, and I think
but Leon has some nice talent, Cherokee and them fellas,
Yeah. You know, but I think if we want to win, then we had to beat them, right?
Yeah.
So whoever they bring. You know, we decided.
We got the hardest side of the draw, you know. Because let's say we get past Leon, then we gotta play Bilbao or Rangers.
Yeah.
Well, foolish Spurs got like Bodo, Glimp, and a bunch of sidemen at Guatemala and beer foolishness.
Spurs will end up Spurs in it. We don't have to worry about that.
Oh god.
We just have to do our
business. Yeah, we just had to do we business.
Yeah, Spurs.
Nah, but we can meet Spurs in the final. Them set it up for we to meet Spurs in the final.
Yeah. Hopefully by then we save from relegation. And we kept some form. We had 10 games to go.
Yeah.
Not 9.
Yeah.
I think we will get back Mount, we will get back Shaw, we will get back
Hey.
The Casimiro stay.
You ain't know here that man got work tomorrow and it's early in the podcast.
Wow, I know what to say. You take over for Clock Tower. What do you have this about Mountain Show? But they could stay with us for the Ream, them makes no sense. Not at this stage of the season. Let them stay with it.
Now we need bodies only. I don't care if it's a 5-minute self to get by.
Nah. Them 5 minutes could cost 3. Let them stay with it.
If they get fit,
I don't want them no way. You see them youths and them who we have on the bench? I roll them with them.
Yeah.
And then me and Ugarte and them other fellas and them. I don't want to tell you nothing about no Shaw and Mount. Listen, I just give everybody, I give Mount a whole half season to prove something to me. I don't like Chelsea and the players and them. Once it's a shit Chelsea sell me and watch me. How much we pay for him? 60 million?
And there's Mount's second season and he probably about 5 or 4 games.
Yeah. All
But
right, so
Chelsea,
that brings us to
Chelsea
the end of
watch me and just laugh.
That brings us to the end of the review. Right? So thanks again to all the likes, comments, shares. We really enjoyed it, really appreciated. And until the next one.
Yes.
Yeah, man.